Welcome, yet again,
Oh God.
RuMates. It is I, to me.
Andrew.
And today we will be doing another segment of Ask Rumi.
It goes like this because it's Rumi. So it's okay if I do it. Ask.
Oh, alright. Ask Rumi. Today, we're going to be giving responses to 2 submissions instead of 1.
Ooh.
Yeah, and we couldn't really reach a consensus with like the second one, so it's going to be a little bit of a debate.
Yeah, so you guys can decide who wins.
Or who's what. Well, it's not who wins, it's just a matter of perspective. It's not a right or wrong, it's just
she's just doing
preference.
this in case she loses.
It's not about that, and you know it.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay? Right. Anyways.
You can tell it's been spicy.
Am I reading today? I'm reading today.
She's reading
I'm reading today. Our first roommate today says, I find that I struggle with accepting that I may have wronged or hurt someone else because I feel that once I do, the good in me vanishes or they will stop seeing it. You'll find that I will find a way to link it to their actions towards me that resulted in me acting in the way that I did, which resulted in them getting hurt. As I'm writing this out, I'm worried at the possibility of being a narcissist. I know that this pattern of behavior may be linked to trauma during my childhood.
Well.
Alright, that's a lot.
First of all, well done for acknowledging, this may come from your childhood trauma. It's the first step.
I don't know where it comes from, and I'm not gonna diagnose you as a narcissist or not. I don't have a degree in that, So we're not gonna talk about the narcissism part because I feel like you can get better help from a psychologist or a counselor that can help you deal with that if that's what you're dealing with.
Sure.
So we're just gonna talk about
avoiding blame.
Yeah, that avoidance of blame, that victim. What is it called? Playing victim. That playing victim mentality that you got going on.
Which I am guilty of.
Yeah. Tell us, ma'am.
No, that's it. That's the end of the story.
No, come on.
I acknowledge my guilt, and that's growth.
What guilt?
I don't feel guilty though. Anyone who knows me personally knows that I've never been loyal in a relationship, minus this one. This is the first relationship I've ever been loyal in. So every time I'd get caught cheating or messing up, it was always a discussion where I always ended up being the victim. Like I always switched it around to be like, but honestly, when we look at it in the bigger picture, I am the victim. And it's true, I really was the victim.
Their actions led you to cheating.
Exactly. See, she gets it. And I get you. At the same time, I acknowledge my wrongdoing. It's not wrongdoing. Okay.
We're not doing this again.
Listen. I don't necessarily believe in like objectively wrong, and objectively right. Like, in a relationship, everyone plays their part. So just because they wronged me or I believed that they wronged me doesn't mean I had to go and cheat. That wasn't the only path that I could have taken. I could have had a discussion. I could have left. I did have options, but I did choose to cheat and
play victim.
And play the victim thereafter. And it was hard for me. I think deep into a relationship, I still believed I was the victim, which I was. Still to this day, I still believe. But not completely. Am I not helping my case?
You're not helping your case.
Okay, so you can take this one.
I totally get that whole thing of being afraid of hurting other people and being responsible for their pain. I love discussing emotions and, working through things, but one thing I really am afraid of is confrontation. Like the moment, she says, you're doing this, that, I get so defensive.
Bruh.
I get so defensive. I get so sad as well, and I start blaming myself, and I'm like, you do this and that you're such a horrible person, and I might still be in the wrong, but I'll still feel like I was justified in my wrongness. And because I am just afraid of hurting other people and feeling like I'm a bad person. But what you need to realize is that you're going to hurt a lot of people in your lifetime, and you need to come to terms with it because it's inevitable. What you need to work on is just figuring out how you want to fix the relationships with the people you hurt. Like sometimes we have to hurt people in order to what?
Sometimes we have to hurt people.
Yeah, sometimes not we have to, but sometimes we will hurt people unintentionally
or intentionally.
Intentionally?
It happens sometimes. You know, like when someone comes to you and it's like, I'm hurt because you do this, and you automatically get defensive. You know, you're intentionally hurting this person.
I mean, it's not intentional.
Whatever it is.
It's just a defense mechanism. You're not intentionally trying to hurt the other person. You're just very much fixed on protecting yourself.
True.
So it's not intentional.
Okay, I guess.
But basically, as I was saying, you will hurt people intentionally or unintentionally. Please don't hurt people intentionally. Like, just don't do that. You need to learn how to deal with that conflict. You need to learn how to move on with the people or without them and fix the situation as best as you can. That's just a life skill we must all have.
Truly. Like, in order to get better, you must, make some mistakes. You need to learn from something. You know, you can't always be right. It's not only boring, but it keeps you from growth.
So don't blame other people for your actions. You yourself alone are responsible for your actions. Not the devil, not Jesus, not your homie, not your girlfriend, not anybody.
True.
Just you.
True.
Yeah.
Facts. And our second submission for the day was, hey Rumi, red heart, red heart. Okay guys, so I'm 21 years old and there's this girl that I've been flirting around with and she's 18. The time she hit me up, I thought that it won't get serious, not knowing that things will take a huge turn within a short period of time. I really don't want to say that I really don't want to say that I let her on. She really treats me like a queen. There's days where I'm attracted to her, like I would see us together, and there's days when my intuition tells me that this won't work because of the age gap. I feel like we're two different people, and I know that sexual attraction is not a major factor within a relationship, but it's important. Every time I try to get intimate, I literally don't feel anything, starting from the kissing. I really don't know what I should do. So basically, the way she treats me is the way I want to be treated, but I don't think we can be together, and she's already into deep. Guys, please help.
I mean, I think the age gap is okay. 3 years.
We're 3 years
We're
apart.
3 years apart. When you're in your 20s and you're dating someone who's like 18, it does feel a bit, it can feel a little strange. Like when I turned 22, I didn't understand how, men at the age of 22 were trying to flirt with girls that were like 16. It just never made any sense. Like, what do you guys talk about? What do you have in common? Like, what is it?
But I feel like 18 and 21 is a decent enough age gap. I think you can have a healthy relationship with this person whereby you don't engage sexually if you don't enjoy it, and you can go and engage sexually with other people, but it needs to be an open discussion. Like, you need to be like, yo, I really love the way you treat me, I love the way you cook for me, I like having you around, you wash my laundry. you wash my laundry, like, this is... Are you good?
So she led the girl on there, and then she was like, I don't want a girlfriend, and then a month later she got a girlfriend. Yeah, but you made it sound like you were gonna be single for a minute.
No, I never said that. I said I don't want a girlfriend. I'm just saying. You shouldn't be forcing certain things, you should just, the things that work, we should work with those, refine those, just work with them and have a good time. My point is that I think what you're doing is kind of okay, but you need to talk to this person and tell them, yo, sexually you don't tingle my clit, but that doesn't mean I want to stop seeing you. I do like being around with you, I like doing things with you, so can we continue?
I'm not exactly sure if she likes her or likes what she does for her. Is there a difference? There is a difference, because I will like you regardless of what you do. Like, okay. Anyways, I will like you regardless of what you do. Like, I know relationships are conditional, but it sounds a little too, like, focused on the acts than the person. It doesn't necessarily have to be her doing it, you get what I mean? If someone else comes along and they can do the same things, you wouldn't be opposed to, and if the sex was even better, you wouldn't be opposed to, like, switching to the next person. That's my thing. And I feel like, because I get what she says. Like, everything you've said is very valid. Like, people can have non-sexual relationships and non-romantic relationships, and they can be very fulfilling and nice, and it's good. And you can have multiple relationships with other people as well, and as long as everyone is consenting and you've had the conversation, and it's great. But I feel like in this instance, depending on how she feels about you, I feel like sometimes there can be like a power imbalance in certain relationships, where one person is loves, they throw all in, like they throw everything in, they just in it, and the other person is kind of like, you know, on the fence. They just like receiving, they'll give like once in a while, but it's not the same, you know, not the same effort being put into the relationship. And I feel like as the person who sounds like you are on, you know, the fence, I feel like it is kind of your responsibility in a way to sort of like not take it further. Like, yeah, I believe people have an autonomy and they can make their own decisions, but as just someone who's been on the giving side, I feel like my life would have been so much better if all my very toxic exes just were like, nah.
And what I'm saying is that, right, and I was on the giving end, but also not wanting to be committed, you know. I wanted to, you know, cook for this person, cuddle them, be there for them, and do all these things.
Yeah, but the thing about that relationship, Nick, besides you know, not like, I'm not saying people can't do that. I'm just saying people can be unequally yoked. Okay, so basically what we're saying is just have a conversation and figure out what exactly you guys want from this relationship, so that you guys are not like you're on the same wavelength. You don't have to say you suck at sex, you're really bad, you're horrible. There was this one meme I saw where this guy was saying Ati, I was Simnandi, like he was just like, yeah, you're not nice, and that was I thought that was very rude. How, like, he waited for her to get home. He's like, are you at home? And she's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, don't ever come back because you're not nice. And it's not like nice as in like, as a nice person, but like, you know, sexually, like, that was very mean. So don't do that.
You have to be honest about the type of relationship you're having, so that if maybe this person is like, okay, I really don't even like having sex, but I do like having you around, so I'm okay with you going around, you know, and having sex with other people.
You can date and not have sex. You can do that as well. That's an option.
So I feel like really don't force your relationship to be something that it's not. Really have a discussion and actually find out what type of relationship you're trying to have. You guys could really create something beautiful together.
You can have a nice relationship.
Or you could move on and be very happy individuals. Yeah, but it's best to do it before it becomes toxic.
Yeah, before it gets out of hand and people get hurt.
Yeah, so definitely encourage having this discussion, because personally, no one deserves bad sex. Bad, bro.
Thank you guys for watching. If you want to submit a suggestion or ask for advice, please follow the link in our
description
and the pinned comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace. I mean, bye. Bye, guys.